Big controversy brewing in Sudbury on the heels of the tragic murder of 15-year-old James Allenson at the high school on Friday. Scientologists plan to publicly take issue with this case. A group will gather in Sudbury today, demanding the public release of the medications that the alleged killer John Odgren was taking to treat his psychiatric issues. The Citizens Commission on Human Rights plans to hold a 20-foot banner at a busy intersection in Sudbury today, which reads, quote, "Psychiatry's toxic drugs cause suicide and acts of violence." Odgren suffers from a form of autism, Asperger's syndrome. Residents of both communities feel the protest taking place just 6 days after this tragedy is in poor taste and casts an unfair light on autistic children. And while I'm a firm believer that you want to look into this case as much as you can and find out as much information you can as to why this happened from all aspects and all angles, the timing of this is just...
I agree.
Just awful.
Poor taste.
Yeah.
This teenager hasn't even been buried.
It's unbelievable to me, too.
This is, talk about, poor taste, just exploiting a tragedy. At least that's how it appears. Yeah, we all want answers, but can we let the process take its course when this comes up in court? If they talk about his meds, then put it out there, and also, too, to put his doctor, bring his doctor to light. Why do we need this information at this point? What about patient confidentiality? This teenager still has a right to confidentiality at this point until he's tried.
Well, I agree with what you said earlier, Gina, which is I would like to know what the kid was taking. I would like to know why he was taking it, if dosages had been changed, etc. But there's a time and a place for it. And, this is supposedly a religion. Clearly not a religion of peace if this is the way they're going about it, and clearly not an inclusive one either. I mean, you couldn't be more offensive if you tried. This reminds me of those nuts that were protesting at that veterans' funerals just to make a show of it and let everybody know what jerks they were. I mean, you're going right in the belly of the beast right now, a community that is still reeling, that hasn't even come close to coming to grips with what happened. And they're going to put this sign up? I mean, it's just preposterous. Does Scientology not have enough of a bad rap that they got to go and do this?
Well, we all saw this, rear its ugly head, if we remember, back in the case of Tom Cruise making such a big deal when Brooke Shields took some antidepressants after she had her babies, and he made such a big public stink about that, and then ultimately went back, I think, and apologized for doing it. But this isn't certainly the first time that they have done this, but it seems to me bringing their personal beliefs into something that's
as BB alluded to, this is not the way to gain sympathy for your cause.
Absolutely not.
I mean, this is, like you said, this is just pushing people the other way. Yeah, I think everybody wants to know answers, wants to know if in any way medication may have led to any of this. But please, let things happen. Let the families grieve. Let the community heal. We'll get the answers eventually. There's no need to do this right now. It's just an extremely poor taste, and it's crass. It's just.
I guess the only thing that you can say, thank goodness for, is that they're not doing it out in front of the school.
But it's a
they
busy
are doing it
intersection.
away from the school.
Yeah.
But
I'm mildly sympathetic to their cause. That's the thing. I mean, I do think that doctors are willy-nilly writing prescriptions and giving out way too many drugs to way too many people, especially young people. But this, I actually don't even want to express that sentiment today because of what these Scientologists are doing. This is the exact wrong way to bring up this discussion and to get a discussion going on this. And it's just, I hope nobody covers this, but and I know we're all going to be there, yeah.
But also, too, as with any type of medication, it works differently with different people. There have been documented cases where some antidepressants may cause suicidal or homicidal tendencies in some people. But again, that's an issue to be addressed by this person, these parents, and that doctor. We need to stay out of it at this point.
Yep.